Hello and welcome to another podcast by Cedar College. Today we are going to be discussing the very valuable subject of global perspectives and research, which is taught at the A level and O level at the Cedar Schools and College. Let me introduce you to our panel today. Today I have Fakeha Ahmed, who is recently graduated from A2 with an A star in GPR A level. I have Tanya Kamran, who decided to take GPR as an accelerated subject and it did extremely well in it. And I have a current student, Iman Fatima, who is enrolled now in the A2 GPR class. How are you, girls? So, one of the first things I'm going to do is ask you about these myths or these rumors that are around about the subject, GPR. It's an easy A. Is that true?
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, what makes it so difficult?
Uh, the thing is that the subject requires a lot of critical thinking, and that is not something that you can get just overnight. It's a skill that you need to build upon layer by layer, and that takes a lot of time.
Do you think it's easy to build these kind of critical thinking skills in GPR during class hours?
No, I think we have to give some time at home as well.
Yeah.
I also feel like because it's one of the very few subjects that has a written exam and it's got other practical components as well. You don't really see that with a lot of A level subjects. So you're able to explore all of that. You're able to develop your writing skills on paper under exam conditions and then producing an actual project as well.
Great. Another myth is that it's a useless subject and it is not recognized by universities and should only be taken as a third or fourth option.
Absolutely not. I think we'll expand upon this more when we get to the end of this podcast where I talk about the benefits.
So I'd just like to add here that GPR is one of the subjects that is highly recognized and appreciated by all the Ivy League colleges. Yale, Stanford, Columbia, all of them appreciate a profile of a student that has global perspective on their portfolio. So let's move on. What exactly comprises of global perspectives and research? What are the components you need to do in each year of AS and A2? I'll speak about the first one. There is a written exam, which is like a comprehension. It is a comparison of two documents, basically. And you're asked to critically evaluate those two documents, find out similarities and differences, and then using your evaluation abilities, decide which document was better and why. Let me ask Iman about component 2, the essay.
So, component 2 is essentially a 2000 word essay that you can write on any topic of your choice. You have to pick a full fledged research question and you have to target different themes within that topic and produce a research paper similar to how you would produce a research report. You have to carry out a lot of reflection and then you have to draw up a conclusion and talk about how the entire research process turned out for you.
And Tanya, would you like to talk about the AS component 3, the team project?
Okay, so the team project, we were supposed to form a team within our class. It was a AS component, as you mentioned. So we were supposed to form a team, and then there was a team leader selected for it. And we had to talk. We had to pick one problem, the ongoing problem, the global problem, basically, and
A local problem with global relevance.
That's right.
yeah. So we had to make a comparison and come up with a solution that's gonna work for both, like for the local problem and as a global one as well.
And Fakeha, would you like to talk about the final component in A2, which is the research report of 5,000 words?
There is a very big reason that you have the entire year to do this. It is a culmination of all of the skills that you learned in AS. So, writing, reading, expressing, reflecting. You have to write a research report of 5,000 words in which you pick a topic and you look at it from different perspectives. So, economic, political, social, all of that. And you analyze different documents and you come to a conclusion. Besides this, you also have a research log in which you log your entire research process from start to finish and then reflect at the end.
Okay, so a question that I'd like to ask all three of you. I've noticed that you all come from different academic skills, backgrounds. Tanya is commerce.
Yeah.
You were pure science, and Iman is pure humanities. So, how has GPR benefited all of you from looking at it from that kind of perspective? How has it changed your outlook or made you a better student or not? How has GPR affected you?
I think for me, I'd want to take the question first because at the O level, I already had GPR. So I had already dabbled in, research and whatnot, and some of my ECAs were targeting research as well. So for me, the transition from O levels to A levels for GPR wasn't as overwhelming. But I do have to admit, I mean, the coursework is very demanding, and this goes back to the same myth that you were talking about, that there's this general perception that GPR is a very easy subject, it's an easy A, but you really need to be putting the work in, you really need to be challenging yourself and thinking out of the box if you want to get that A. And so I feel like with the course that I want to end up pursuing at the university level and the endeavors that I want to explore in the future, which is philosophy, political science, and economics, so APE. And GPR gives me a very strong sort of foothold to prepare me for that in the future.
And Tanya, what about you? I know you were also working while you were studying. So how has GPR benefited you in that manner?
Okay, so GPR has benefited me in my whole, like in my academic life and in my practical life as well. If we talk about the academic aspect of my life, so I wanted to pursue business marketing in future. So the team project was an essential part of it because I was kind of a person. If you remember, I was not able to present very well in the beginning. I was shy and I was not very confident. But it just took me 7 to 8 months to build that specific skill, and it helped me a lot. I can even lead a team now.
तो मिस आयशा की डांटें भी पिटती थी तुम्हें Okay, you'll miss it.
And then if we talk about my practical life, so yes, critical thinking. And apart from that, handling pressure.
Oh.
That's something, it was a big part of my life because right now when I'm working, I feel like, okay, I'm good with it. I can do it if I get an AS and need to achieve right together in just 7 months.
Don't scare people now.
No, it's not that scary. Actually, if I can do it with a lot of things that was going on in my life that time, I think anyone can do it if they got the.
And you started the accelerated course rather late, I think.
I think in November.
Yeah, you started in late. Fakia, pure science, further maths, physics. Why did you take up GPR and how has it helped you?
Okay, so the main reason why I took up GPR is because I do like to have some sort of a writing and a research component to kind of balance out my profile. The pure reason is that I wanted some edge in my university admissions. And this was a subject that gave me an edge. It gave me that well-roundedness that not only did I have STEM, but I also have some research and writing experience. And another thing that I'd like to point out is that GPR is a very, very customizable subject. We'll expand on this later. But here, I wanted to say is that in STEM, you are doing the coursework, you are doing your extracurriculars. GPR comes in and takes it one step further. It forces you to engage with the field. It forces you to engage with the research matter in the field. So you take your STEM interests, and then GPR comes in and it takes one step further.
Nice.
That's how it.
So mentioning that, let's go a little more into detail on the components, shall we? Written exam is pretty straightforward. It's a comprehension of 2 documents, as I said. What about the essay? How does that help you in your skills?
The ASS?
Yes.
I think for starters, the fact that we've got 2 essays at the AS level, it's sort of like preparing you for what is to come in A2 for a full-fledged 5,000 word report. But what I particularly enjoyed was the creative freedom that I had in writing the individual essay. And I think this goes for all components, but specifically the essay, because I was able to exercise the ability to go out and research on my own and figure out what sources that I was finding which worked for me and which didn't. And I think having Miss Aisha sort of helped me navigate what exactly was required of the subject and what wasn't, how I should be approaching the entire research process was also very, I think, intellectually rewarding and very challenging in the way that it made me pursue my intellectual curiosities.
Oh, that's an interesting concept. Tanya, anything about the team project you think? I remember you came in and for you to gel in with the class that was already there, but eventually you ended up leading the team.
Yeah, it was very difficult because the first week I remember I was in the middle of I think the class just started in August and I joined in October. And I was like I did not know anyone, and then the first day I don't even remember what was going on, and everything was like, okay, I cannot do that actually because the first day was really confusing for me. I said I couldn't do that, but I came to you. Yeah, we had a conversation. I told you my problems, and you were like, "You can do it, but accelerate it." Even you said that. Think about it once.
Yeah.
Where I think I was having IT as well at that time.
Yes, you were.
Yes, I was having 4 subjects to accelerate. I mean, 3 accelerated, and then 1 A2. So she told me that it's not gonna work out, and you should think of it. I tried managing all those things in 1 month, and then I decided to go with the 3 subject and just drop IT.
Okay, so GPR worked for you then.
Yeah, and the team project was it was the most interesting one because it was interactive.
We were one thing that I had learned from the team project, that you have to build your listening skills as well. You have to listen to your partner, like your teammates, right?
And you have to listen to their different opinions. It's not, you can't impose your own opinion. That's what GPR does for you. It
Exactly.
makes you accept another's perspective, which may be different from yours,
Yeah.
and respect that.
Yeah, and being a team leader, that was my responsibility when we're coming up with a final team project review. So everyone's thoughts and their opinions should matter, and they were in the team project.
So you learned the art of collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fakiha.
To add on to that, I'd like to say one thing. I take part in a lot of coding camps, and at the end of coding camps, we are supposed to use all of our skills and we build a project and we're supposed to pitch it. So, seeing the same format followed in an academic course, in an academic regime, was very interesting for me, and that is another reason why the team project is almost everyone's favorite component.
Yeah, it was my favorite as
So now, Fakiha, component 4, the research report and its benefits for you.
There are a lot of benefits for this, but the two that stood out to me was one, that you can interact with the global issues that are going on, and you can learn more about them in a much more detailed way. So, like, everyone talks about climate change, everyone talks about pollution, but what exactly are they on a local and global scale? You get to learn about that from papers by reading the research and by figuring out the numbers and all of that stuff. And this is the component which really brings that out. Another thing that I would like to point out is that this subject is more or less AI proof. You can't just plug a question into AI and expect it to give you the A-star answer. That's not how it's going to work. Even if you're going to use an AI, you need to learn how to make it work for you. You need to interact with the AI. You need to get the best out of it.
You need to have the intellectual abilities to not use AI, but to manipulate and to master AI.
And that is exactly what AI is supposed to do. It's
And
not supposed to, yes, it's supposed to supplement us. I think there is one more myth about GPR, that whenever I tell my friends that we have to write an essay, and we have, like in A2, we have around 8 months, like a whole year to write an 5,000 word essay. They're like,
dude, we have AI now. And I'm like, no,
No, you can't.
we
You
don't
can't.
have AI.
Plus, we have Turnitin, which will not allow you to use
Yeah,
AI.
exactly.
So I think another very interesting aspect of all this that we've talked about is that GPR not only asks you to explore your opinion, but to explore opinions that may not agree with your opinion, and to do a thorough research for both sides of any debate that you guys are discussing in your work. So finally, I'd like to ask Fakia, who's just been admitted to NYU Abu Dhabi with the full scholarship, as to how did GPR help you in your college applications?
a big part of GPR and the skills that I use in GPR appeared when I was writing my person statement, when I was writing my SAT, and when I was writing all of these thousands and thousands of supplements that we're supposed to write for the US Common App. When people start A levels, they only focus on their subjects, and they kind of more or less disregard reading in general, writing in general, and GPR kind of forces you out of that. It forces you to engage with literary matter, and that has helped a lot in writing person statements, in the supplements, in the SAT.
You said something about your first course at NYU.
Oh, yes, and seminar, I think, yes. Also, in NYU, we're required to take a course, which is the first year writing seminar, and that is a lot similar to what we've done in GPR. So, 2,000 word essay, 5,000 word essay. Okay, so that research report. We're doing university level reading, writing, researching in A levels, high school.
If I could just add to what Fakia said, because I'm applying to the US and the UK right now as well, so I'm writing my supplements and all that, and the things that she said, I mean, I completely agree with her. But some of the very competitive schools like Williams in the US, they don't require any supplements, but what they do require is for you to submit an academic piece of writing.
Okay, so that's already
Yeah, and
something you're working on. AGIS and Innate.
send in your research
Wow.
report. So it can make things a lot easier for you.
So thank you, ladies, for being here. Final question, would you encourage students to take global perspectives in research as a subject?
100%.
Yeah, it's benefited all of you.
Not only in the academic life, but in your practical life as well, even after the graduation.
Okay, so thank you very much for being here. It's been a pleasure to see all of you. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.